Well, today I have a stitch that I'm going to share with you that I am doing, that I'm participating in the Battle of the Stitches. So let me show you the swatch that I've made. Whoops. The swatch that I've made with the two color project. You can do it with a single color and you can do it with two color. You can do it with more colors too. However, that would produce a lot more color changes and loose ends. So what I decided to do was see if I can figure out how to do this without changing a lot of ends. So here is the swatch that I've made. Looks bigger. This is the swatch that I've made. Now I started at the bottom down here, and this is a chain of whatever. You can do I don't even remember. Four, has to be four, I think. I don't know. But it says in the book. This is not an official tutorial. This is showing you what I did. So, and then I did a row of singles so that I would have a good solid base down here on the edge of the project. So at that point, what you do is you do your row one. This starts your repeat. Your row one is your chains. You do one at the end, chain three, skip three, do a single crochet, chain three, skip three, do a single crochet. And that creates these loops. And then what you're going to do is you're going to attach your second color and then go back the other direction with your second color into those loops with I start off with a double crochet on the end, and then I do three doubles into the loop, and you don't do any change. You just do three doubles, three doubles, three doubles, three doubles across. That's it. Now, when you get to the end, you still have your other color and it's still attached. So let me show you what I've done with it on this one. I found that if I leave it attached, all I need to do is carry it up the side to go back the other direction to do my loop after I've done my double crochets. And so what I discovered is by doing this a few times already, what you want to do is put in two slip stitches into the outside double that you made that wasn't part of the cluster. You want to do two slip stitches to get it up there so that way it won't pull, because you're basically a double crochet is two stitches. So you want two slip stitches up there. And then I start with a single, and then I just go ahead and do my single, and then I do my chain three and do my single, chain three, single. So then you get this pop of color in there. That's if you want to do two colors. You can do as many as you want. However, this is how you can do two colors without changing your colors, cutting your yarn, and that'll go back and forth. That's a two row repeat, and you can have a two color project. Now, as you know, this process can be done in any way you do like a granny. I first saw this by somebody doing it online. It was Cinnamon Stitches did it on a granny. I thought, oh, that's kind of fun. It adds a little difference to the project. It makes it less dense, less tight, because it adds this little hole, these little holes in here, depending on how big your hook is. Also, this can be done in on a granny stitch. This can be done on a hexicardie. It can be done in the round on a granny square. You can use multiple colors. You can do variegated on your clusters and then do a solid color on your chains so that you can make it more interesting. break up the color a lot, because some of these yarns like itty bitty stripes is very busy. So something like that, having another color in there with it would probably make it less busy. So this is my thing. So what I'm going to do at the other end is I'm going to be doing another, when I get to the other end, I'll be doing another solid type end on it. Now, this is probably going to need a border. So what you could do is do one of those shell borders where you can skip this and then do like 5 double crochets in the hole, or however you want to do it. I'm not here to teach you anything. I'm here to give you an idea, to let you see how this works up so you don't have a lot of ends to weave in. Down here, when I did it at the beginning, it did pull. So that's when I decided to do 2 slip stitches up the side so it didn't pull. And then you're going to want to do a border. But this gives it some really cool color changes. You can use your creativity. So, yep, there we go. That's the stitch we're working on this month for the Battle of the Stitches. And I have another project that I'm working on that is a single color. I'm not doing a double color. This one I did for the swatch to show you that you can do it without cutting the yarn. And so if you are a beginner, you definitely can find this stitch out on the webs, and it will show you how to do it. And it's used in a lot of different kinds of projects. I think a hexicardie with this would be really cool. This is the book we're using, The Step-by-Step Guide to 200 Crochet Stitches by Tracy Todd Hunter. And the stitch we're doing today, this month, is on page 25, right here. This is the double one that I just showed you, 2-color brick stitch. And this is the single one. So if you just want to use it, but make it with less dense fabric, you can do it with just the one. You can do it with a cluster of 2. You could do this with V stitches. Yeah, you could do this with a V stitch. That would be very interesting. You could do a, what do you call that? A double V, split V. So it's a 2-row repeat and very quick, very mindless. If you want to take this with you where you're someplace where you're going to be interrupted a lot, you will not have a problem getting back into where you're going. It has the diagram. And so yeah, page 25 on this book that we're using for the Battle of the Stitches. And I love this yarn metallic because I was thinking I might be able to use this for my January project for the Magical Make-Along. The Magical Make-Along with Michelle and Cheyenne. So yeah, it's another make-along that I'm doing. And most of you know what that is. So I just thought I would mention that's what this project will probably end up evolving into, because you know how I like to change things and they become something else. So, okay, that is my introduction to the stitch I'm going to be using this month in the Battle of the Stitches. Sarah and Teresa and Heather, we're all going to be making something. We're all going to be showing you the stitches in our own unique way. And we'll be making something that at the end of the month, the 3rd week, we'll be showing you our finished project. And you will be able to vote on which one you like the best. And then if you write down at the bottom, I voted, in the comments, you'll get a chance to win one of the projects. You can pick any project you want. You don't have to vote for the one that you pick. You don't have to pick the one that you voted for. So that will be there. I will see you next Wednesday, where we will give you a sneak peek of the project we're making, and the colors and whatever it is we happen to show you. It'll be our sneak peek. So, okay, toodles, guys. That's it for week 1. Battle of the Stitches, introduction to the stitch, And this is Lori the Armchair Chef signing off. Bye.